Let's do this. Right. Welcome, guys, ladies and gentlemen. This is fantastic. This is always a great discussion to be had. So thank you guys for being here. Hopefully we'll get some more viewers in. And I really want your guys' opinions in this as well. I will, of course, be putting down what I think some of these civs should be and where they should sit currently, because, of course, we've had the recent August whole sort of update and change to certain civilizations. Haudenosaunee, for example, had a recent overhaul, and there's been some buffs to Italy as well, and some nerfs to China, and also to Lakota. So it's going to change what is going on. So as you can see here, sorry, just to my right, but it's our left, is July's results. So you can see there what we put down when we went through it for July, and we're going to see where this sits today. So without further ado, let's get straight into this, and we'll start from left to right. And I just want to make sure that we got the same. I don't think we actually have the same rankings. Do we have 4? So first one is going to be Japan. So Japan, I'm still think, to be honest, Japan, there really hasn't been much change since August. I'm still comfortable with putting Japan in A for now. I think that's a pretty good place for it to be. Still a very sort of strong civ. I mean, we're just looking at 1v1 basis. I mean, of course, a long time ago, they had their shrine change. They had the HP change to their shrines that made it a lot easier for other civs to siege and stuff like that. But I don't know. I still think they're a pretty strong, decent civ. They have very powerful units such as the Yumi, the Yamabushi as well. I think it's Yamabushi. Or was it Yamusabi? The Yamusabi, the anti-cav unit with the Yumi. Flaming Arrow is also really good in numbers as well. And of course, Ashigaru's very good movement speed. Very great at raiding as well. If you can deal with the APM, I think they're a pretty decent civ. And I'm pretty confident leaving them in A. Now, Malta is an interesting one, because I'm just going to leave it there for now, but I think that Malta is still a civ that is kind of... Yeah, so I think that Malta is still a civ that is still kind of unknown about what it's actually about, you know? So there's obviously lots of strategies that you can do. You can go for the good old bow pike, the standard bow pike opening. You can go for a more greedy, kind of more turtley style play with them. You can go for a semi-FF. You can go for like an FI as well. So there's still lots of strategies that you can do with them. But I don't know. I would probably say that they would just be in B tier for now. And that's a fair place to put them. Mexico. Now, Mexico is an interesting one because I've been playing against Mexico quite a few times, and there's still many different ways you can play them. Of course, with Mexico, you've got the option to revolt in any kind of age, and you've got choices of how you revolt as well. And there's many different styles of play that you can do with them. You can do a solid age 2 play. Hey, Shake, how you doing, man? You can do a solid age 2 play. You can go for a Central America or the Argentinian style, where you go for the early Falcons, and you get those Falcon shipments with your musketeers or your soldados. Sorry, your regulars, sorry. So there's a lot of things. So, you know, I'm pretty confident. For now, we'll put Mexico in B. What I'm going to do is, we'll put the civs where I think they should go, and then we'll have a discussion. Anything that you think is wildly out, we can discuss, and I can make adjustments at the end. So just roll with this for now. We'll review it at the end, and then that's when we'll finalize it. So next one is Otto. Now, I think Otto is just such a staple civ. Like, we've seen it in the recent tournament, you know, Kings of the Old World. We've seen Otto being played consistently, and it's still being played across all different levels of play. I don't think that they're necessarily an A civilization. I think they're just a staple B tier civ, but it's a difficult one to say, because you can easily pull off certain FFs with them that can be quite hard hitting. They can be very, very good. And yeah, they're quite an easy civ as well to understand, but we're not looking at what's easy to play and what's hard to play. We're looking at just what is strong overall. So I'm going to put them in B for now. The Portuguese, I'm still going to put the ports in C. Nothing has really changed since the last time we spoke about them. And quite honestly, I still think they are C tier at the moment. They are, of course, an interesting civ. I did recently play them for a little bit, just trying to understand like an FF strategy, a fast fortress strategy. And they are very interesting. Their Castadors are very good units. They're skirmishers. But their organ guns are just no match for Gatling guns and no match for flaming arrows. And the Castadors have a very low melee attack as well. So you can easily get like a bunch of pikes on them. Anything that's like melee, if you get it on the Castadors, they can't really do much. So still a little bit weak, I think, personally. So I'm going to leave them at the bottom there in C. Russia. Russia is a strange one because it all depends on... Yeah, I see what you're saying. Ports is special for a tier list. On water map, it's A. Yeah. I see what you're saying. I think, Kevin, what we're saying is overall, I think most of the time, more times than not, you're going to get land maps than water maps that are beneficial to ports. And of course, we're looking at the civ overall. So we're looking at it as like a weighted kind of average, not just like if it's water, if it's land, just as an overall. Put it all together, what would ports be? And I know what you're saying. Yeah, port's very strong on water still, but I think for now we'll leave it in a C. We'll leave it in C for now. Moving on, we've got Russia. Now, Russia, of course, something strange with the civ. If you go against players that are really good with them, they kind of appear overpowered and ridiculous. I still think Russia does struggle with certain things. Of course, the style of their civ is that it's quantity, not quality. So, of course, you're not going to have huge high-grade units. I think economy-wise, they're very good over time. You know, getting those vils for cheap, 3 vils for 270 food, pretty damn good. Hey, Chosen, how you doing, dude? I always feel ports is hard to beat at lower levels. Yeah, this is the thing. It's all about perspective, about what level of player you are. And obviously, I'm talking from the sort of above average player, you could say. I don't know. Maybe I'm average now. I don't know, but like 1300, 1350 elo. That's where I'm getting it from. 60Y, how you doing, man? Sup, Chosen? Sup, everyone? Welcome. So yeah, so I think Russia, is B. Now you can see that I think Russia. You can see back in July last month, I put Russia at B as well. So you can see that there. But there you go. So I think Russia belongs in B. Lakota, an interesting one. A big topic. Some people think they're still very overpowered. They're still very strong. Some people completely disagree with that, such as Len. I know Len does disagree. Does definitely disagree with that. So I don't know. I definitely don't think they're S tier now because of their changes. I think honestly they're either going to be in A or B. Am I going to put them with the likes of Russia? And it's difficult. I think I'm going to leave them there for now. I'm going to leave them in B for now. So a lot going in B as of yet. Kevin's saying no, Lakota's fine at the moment. Really, it's balanced, to be honest. Okay, there we go. So really, I know there's 4 tiers here, but to have a really good balanced roster, we want all civs to kind of be in one. That's the ideal, right? That's if you think about the maths of it and the distribution. I don't want to bore you guys, but if you're thinking about the distribution, right, you want all the civs to be in one. And that's how you truly got balance. So as long as we get nearly all of them in either A or B, I think we're pretty balanced. I think that's how it works. If we had 5 categories here, we'd want them all to be in like the 3rd category down, if that makes sense. But we've only got 4 categories we're working with. I don't want to go any more than that. I think 4 categories is absolutely fine. So we'll leave them in B. Now, not Mexico, Spain. Now, honestly, I think Spain are pretty damn strong. Going to be honest with you, at the moment. Are they stronger than Japan? Hard to say. I think some of their strats are very easy to pull off and they're very strong, just like the Fast Fortress, for example. You've seen it with Robot. Look at Robot, right? He's like number 1 or 2 at the moment or something stupid, right? He just plays Spain most of the time, okay? it's you know, there's something going on there. I know that's just one sample, but I don't know. I'd be willing to put Spain in S, to be honest. Going to be very honest with you there. There we go. We'll leave it in S for now. S might be a little bit too much. That might be a little bit too much. Next one we've got is Sweden. Now, I think Sweden is a solid B, to be honest with you. I don't think it needs to be down at C level. I think putting it in B is absolutely fine. I think that's fair. There's been numerous changes to that civilization when it released. You know, the Carolians at one point were really overpowered. The Torps were ridiculous. But I think overall now, I think they're at a good sort of level, definitely. So I think putting them at B is absolutely fine. Now, guys, I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need your help. Let's cut the music. I'm going to need your help for this one. Ethiopia. Ethiopia. Any Ethiopia players in here? I'm struggling with this one because there's been lots of changes to Ethiopia, and Chosen saying S tier. And there's been lots of changes. They've had changes to the Aben rate of gathering gold. And I just don't know. I don't know if there was any real... I mean, you have to, guys, you'd have to remind me. I don't know if there was any real significant changes in August to the Ethiopians. So I don't know. I feel like keeping them in A. And you can see there back in July, I actually went for them in S, but I think now they comfortably sit in A. I think that's fair. We'll leave it there, and then we'll see if we need to move it around at all. Let's get the music back on. Next one, Harrison's Baby. It is the Dutch. And honestly, I think Dutch is just a B, to be honest with you. Kevin's saying Ethiopia is good but not broken. The only thing is Desert Raiders is just too good, but overall the Civ is fine. Yeah, so the Desert Raiders, guys, if you don't know, are the camel unit that basically their hand attack is siege. So they're basically like a falconet on horseback. It's basically what they are. And they're very tricky because I can't remember what unit class they are. So it can be difficult to counter them. And yeah, they can counter Musk. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you're saying Dutch is a close A potentially. Okay. All right. Well, we'll leave it there with Dutch. I think a solid B is absolutely fine. And we'll move on to China. Now, a big one here, China. Of course, having recent changes, very recent changes in the August update. Nerfs to the blockhouse, all that good stuff. And also the starting goat as well. You don't have as much food. So I think China's still strong. So I would definitely put China in A still. I think A is fair. I don't think they're ridiculous. I think they're still a strong civ, but I don't think they're insane. So I think putting them in A is a fair place to put them. Also, they had changes to their meteor hammers. So their meteor hammers, the multiplier isn't as much now to falconets, to artillery. So you have to kind of go hand cannons with China a bit more now, which is nice. You start seeing hand cannon play a little bit more in the Civ, which is nice to see. So, okay, we got agreement on that. Awesome, fantastic. Next one. Now, this is going to be a Civ that I'm going to return to. I'm really going to make effort to practice with this Civ a bit more, and that is the Aztecs. I really enjoy them. I love their diversity, how unique they are as a civilization. And I still think if you put Aztecs with other native civs, I still think they're just so different. I don't know what it is. You know, I just really enjoy their unique quirks and stuff like that. So anyway, that's enough of that. I think Aztec, honestly, I'm tempted to put them as a low A. I think that's so I think honestly Aztec, I think Aztec's A. I think it's a low A. Now, that might be quite controversial, but if we have a look at the civs in B, it's difficult. As I say, it depends how you play Aztec. It depends. You could, like, a really good Aztec player can make Aztec look incredibly good, incredibly strong, but we got to think about it overall, and that's quite difficult to do, right? I think a low A, because of their arrow knights and certain things that you can do, like their age 3 units are pretty incredible. It's a weird civ. It is a weird civ. Yeah. Aztec is very good. A seems right. Okay, Kevin. Fantastic. So I think we'll keep it as a low A. Now the big elephant in the room, or the lionheart in the room, which is the United States. Now, of course, this is quite a sore subject because there's lots of kind of, you could say, bug abuse with the age 4 kind of broken play that A's found. I think it was A's that found it, and sort of been a little bit exploited, where you can get really fast cards in age 4. And I just think they're a really underplayed civ in my elo. In my elo, I rarely see the States. I'm telling you. Like, I mean, I don't play a huge amount of games, to be honest, but in the games that I do play, I rarely see them. You know, a lot of the time I'm seeing Mexico for some reason when I play. I'm seeing Mexico, I'm seeing Ottoman, I'm seeing the Brits, of course, but rarely seeing the States on my side. But I'm sure that they're being played a lot further up in the ELO bracket. So I'm going to put them as S. I think there's definitely that needs to be tweaked. There's definitely an exploit there, and I don't know when they're going to change it, but it's kind of ridiculous. I'm going to keep it at S tier. I think it's a low S tier, but we'll keep it up the top there anyway. So moving on, we got Brits, a very strong civilization. Hasn't really been any changes since July. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put that in A. I think that's a low A. I think that's fair. I think it's probably above Aztec. So the way that I'm doing this also, by the way, is from left to right is sort of how strong they are. I could try and do that as well. So you can see Aztec is kind of like a low A. I'll probably say like Brits is maybe like a mid. Hang on, there you go. I don't know, maybe like that. I don't know, but don't look into that too much. But that's what I'm trying to do as well. But there you go. So Aztec low A, Brits I think strong sort of A civ. Remember, A and B isn't too bad. If we can get nearly all the civs in A and B, then I think it's fine. I think we're in a pretty good place. But of course, we've still got those civs on the outskirts that we need to look at. So France, you're saying France is a B. Okay, all right, that's interesting. France a B, all right. I would have said that France is still pretty strong. I'd say sort of same strength as Brits. So I probably would have put them in the A category myself. But let's put them in B for now. We'll put them in B for now, and we can work around it. Hey, Lopsided Fluff, how you doing? Moony Gloom, sup, dude? Welcome everyone, by the way. Welcome. We're doing a Civ tier list, and then I've got some casted games potentially that people have submitted to me. And what I kind of want to do going forward, guys, is if you've got any replays that you want me to cast, or it doesn't have to be a cast, you want me to review something, or maybe give you some tips, I'm quite good at that, then send me your replays in Discord. Send me the replays. If you can't send it to me, then you can either send it to my email address. I need to sort out like a business email address so you guys can send replays to me and stuff like that as well. Anyway, moving on. We have Germany. One of the civs I absolutely hate playing against. Doesn't matter what civ I am, I hate playing against Germany. I don't know if that's the same with you guys. I just find Germany so irritating. Like the Uhlans, I hate the raiding, I hate the cav, and then I hate the age 3 play. I don't know what it is. I hate playing against Germany. I think Germany, I don't know, I think they could be a low A, Germany. I think they're pretty strong, I think they're quite an underrated civ. I'd be tempted to put them in a low A. I love playing Germany. Yeah, A tier. Kevin, you gotta coach me with with Germany. How about that? I've never played Germany really on the ladder. I think I played them a couple of times, and Plantinator coached me once. For a little bit, for a few games. Yeah, agree. Germany is a thorn in my side. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that'd be really cool. I've never really played them, so that'd be really cool. Okay, next one I don't really know a lot about, but is being played a lot, in the higher sort of league, is Hausa. Now, people are saying Hausa is, at the moment, worse than Ethiopia. So are we talking low S tier? Or are we saying A tier? Some people are saying that they're actually more powerful than Ethiopia right now. And it's kind of ridiculous how much you can just produce military units pretty much for free with your cattle, with your influence. And their kind of boom and the way they play is kind of insane. So what are you guys thinking? Hey, Siebja, how you doing, man? Welcome. You think an S? We'll put it at a low S. There it is. So it's at the end there as a low S. And I don't know, maybe they're better than the States. I don't know. We'll put them as a low S anyway. So there we go. Now, Inca. Some new changes to Inca as well. Recent changes around the Hoacha, around the garrison times. So you can't really do the garrisoning into the stronghold and stuff like that. You still have the FF stronghold play, but that's kind of the only thing Inca can do now. I think they're really, really limited in their strategies. You can't cancer boom. You know, I think the civ has really lost a lot of its identity, which is a real shame. You know. Hey, Mouse King, I know you play Inca. How you doing, dude? Hey, Fuffy. When France buff? Nat Rush. Yes. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course I have their Nat Rush. Okay. So basically, they've got their Nat Rush and they've got their FF. And that's basically the two things you're going to expect from Inca. You're not going to expect a solid Age 2 sort of cancer boom. You can't really do that. It just takes too long to get going. So I think you're either going to see a Nat Rush or you're going to see the FF. Now, if you're looking at the Civ as a Nat Rush, then I would say it's definitely an A. But if you're looking at it as just the FF, I think that's kind of a B because a lot of people know how to play against it. This Civ tier list is B tier, in my opinion. Hey, Flantney, how you doing, man? USA is S tier. Yeah, there's currently an exploit that you can use for USA at the moment. If you don't know it, then you would probably think USA is probably like B. But at the moment, they're very, very strong in Age 4. Kind of insane at the moment, if you know how to play them. Inca, I'm going to put as a high B, I think. I think they've been knocked down quite a few pegs. I think we'll put it at the front and center here in the high B, potentially moving into the low A. Spain and Hausa, YS civs. Okay, so Spanish is just because. Okay, so Spain, it's their strategy of an FF. Like their FF strategy, you can pretty much do that in any matchup. You could do a nice, solid, fast fortress. You can either do it as a defensive, you can do it as an offensive. And as long as you can play it right, you can pretty much nearly win against every civ. You know, and that's where you start to have things that are broken with civs. You shouldn't be able to do the same strategy against any civ. And you win. That shouldn't work like that. That's not what a balanced civ is. You know, a balanced civ is a civ where sometimes certain strategies work against some civs, against some matchups. Sometimes they don't, and you have to rethink. Okay, that's a balanced civilization. Obviously, there are some exceptions to that rule. For example, Russia. Russia really only has the standard Age 2 rush opening. That's kind of all they have. You do have kind of a water play. You also have like a fast fortress where you go like triple block house or something like that. There are other strategies, but yeah, almost all civs in a tier. Okay, but almost all civs in A tier poop on Spain FF. I don't think so. Looking at them, I don't know. I wouldn't say that for sure. So I don't really get it. I don't know. I don't agree with that. I think Brit could be a hard matchup for Spain. Yeah, maybe, potentially. Yeah, it could be a hard matchup. But it's a difficult one because we're looking at the Civ overall. So not just a particular strategy. Of course, Spain's main strategy is fast fortressing. So yeah. Japan H2, Ashi, Brit, Musk, China, Aggro, FF. All beat Spain's FF in my opinion. Yeah, but I think certain people can hold easily. So what we've got to do is we've got to look more at the pro higher league level, which is where the true power of a civ is realized. That sounds kind of dramatic, but it's true. It's where a true power of a civ is really recognized when it's in the hands of pro players, because they will min-max the civ essentially, find the best things about the civ. And if you give a pro player or a high-level player Spain, you know, it's just such a strong civ that can pretty much do the same similar strategy, and it can work very well against nearly every civilization. So that's why I put them where they are. Of course, they might not do so well with that strategy against Brits, but it's an overall. We've got to look at it as an overall weighted average. How good is that civilization? And I think S is fair. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, of course. So moving on, we have good old India. Okay, so India, I think I've always said about India, it's a very, very strong sleeper civ. And I think it struggles against Germany, of course. And I think it lends itself to being like a low A tier, honestly. Now, is it better than all of these civs? That's, you got to ask your question. Is it a better matchup against all of these civs? It's difficult to say, but I would put it as a low A tier. You know, is Germany better than India? Great question. Not too sure. It's very difficult to come up with these decisions, trust me. But I think we're getting there. I think we're doing pretty well. Now, if Kevin is in chat, we have Haud. Now, obviously, Kevin, a master at Haud, probably the best player in the game at Haud. So I hope that he's in chat and he can guide us here to help us get an understanding of how strong Haud is compared to all the other civs. I think, honestly, Haud is pretty strong. I would put it next to India. Ah, look at that. Kevin coming through. It's A. There we go. I'm liking this distribution right now, guys. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Doesn't need to be much change. As long as most civs are in A or B, I think we're looking pretty good. I think we're looking at a good, balanced civ situation right now. But, of course, we'll go through this after we've done Italy here, and we'll see if there's any amendments or adjustments that we need to make. Okay, so what elo is this? Well, this is the thing, right? I'm trying to look at the civ as a whole. Of course, you know, I'm trying to look at these civs at more of a pro higher level. So like the top 100 players, right? Because as I said before, to truly understand how strong a civ is, you have to hand it over to people who are very good at the game. You know, they will understand the best route for that civilization, the best way of playing that civilization, and essentially min-maxing it, getting the most out of it as possible. And if you push the civ to that limit, you will find its limitations and you'll find its maximizations. I'm really coming up with the words today. I don't even know if that's a word. Maximization? Yes, it is. Of course it is. Yeah. So that's the theory. And I think that theory works out. Obviously, a lot of people say, you know, somebody of 800 elo, right? Who's new to the game, they'll come on here, they'll look at this and be like, what? Like, I'm getting killed easily by Russia. Like, I can't defend a rush. All right. I'm getting flooded by troops. I keep losing games. Russia's OP, right? But obviously at that level, it's very, 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 very hard to defend rushes, you know? And this curve, this tier list is always going to change depending on where you sit. It's always relative to you. But what I'm trying to do is put myself in the top bracket of players and trying to understand from what I've casted, from the games that I've casted, what civs are strong. And hopefully with the help of you guys and some pro players such as Kevin, we can get some advice and we can get some help and see where everything stands. So the final one is Italy. Now, I would actually say, honestly, I would say that Italy is slightly above Malta in strength. Just simply because of the diversity of openings. And I don't know if I'd put them as a low A tier. I don't know. I'm probably put them as a B, I think. Just do a rank list for your elo range. Then it's way easier. Oh, yeah, of course. You could do that if you want. Yeah. Yeah, you could. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give everyone like an overall average across the board what the true power of these civs are. If you can unlock the power of these civs, what it truly is, you know? Hey, Real-Line, how you doing, man? So, I don't know. I think Italy is close to getting into A, but I put them in B. Good discussion, though. Thanks, Shizzle. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Welcome, everyone, by the way. So, guys, I think we've finalized it. What do we think? Let me know now. Anything that you strongly disagree with. Let me know right now, and I want your reasoning for it. I want a bit of justification. Thank you, Chosen. Italy and Otto is A. Okay, I think Italy is the best civ right now, to be honest. Wow. Damn. What? Kevin coming in with a huge one. I think Italy is the best civ right now. Italy is S tier. Whoa, whoa, everyone's coming in off the back of Kevin here. What is this? Italy S tier. What's your reasoning? Is it the changes to Italy? The Lombard change? Is that one aspect? What other change did they have? They had the Lombard change. Italy could be, I reckon, lots of ways to play. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Very, very diverse civ. And with diversity and versatility comes strength, doesn't it? Also, China is S for me. Yeah, I wouldn't say China's S anymore. I'd say A is fair. I don't think it's S anymore. I don't think. Port is F tier. Joking here a little, but I rarely see Japan losing. Yeah, I think, well, we've got them in a strong A. Got them in a strong A. I think that's fair. Japan lose, trust me. Trust me. Italy get up the architect buff, insane age up. Lombards have too much HP, very difficult to punish. Italy A maybe, I don't know about S. All right. Let's not put them in B then. Let's put them, I say... Okay, so question. Just on the... Let's just run through the S's very quickly because there's only 3 of them. Do we think Spain is S? Do you think that's the strongest civ right now? Spain. Or should we put that in A? And maybe put Italy as a low S. It's difficult, isn't it? Spain, I mean, I just think from watching people play Spain and playing against Spain, I don't know. I think that there's still such a strong civ. There's been changes to them, of course. There was a logistician change that stopped that kind of strategy. But really, a lot of the time, Spain can only really go for like an FI or an FF. Or, in my opinion, Spain and Hausa don't belong there. Wow. Okay. Hausa is S tier for sure. Okay, what I'm going to do, maybe not the strongest, but I feel like S is fair. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put Spain at like a low S tier. I'm feeling like I want to put Italy up into S tier. You know? I'm really feeling it. Because they're pretty good, Italy. I've played them a little bit. I've used some of Garja's powers. And they're very fun to play. And they're very easy to get a hold of. And the tempo is kind of nuts. And the Lombards just help your macro so much. And yeah. And the architects are really good as well, to be honest. It's difficult. Are they better than all of these civs, though? That's the question. It's a tricky one. Yeah, top of A. Okay, there we go. There we go. I think we're done. What are you on about? CDs. CDs nuts. CDs nuts. Why is Spain S? Everybody keeps saying that. Why is Spain S? Why is Spain S? Good question. I'm starting to ask myself that. Does anyone want to take the floor? Why is Spain S? Replace Spain with Brits. Kevin, please tell us. Everyone's looking to Kevin for an answer. I love it. Kevin, the god. Thing is, I guess Spain aren't that versatile. You know, they kind of struggle playing Age 2, but their water play, I'm not too sure even about. I don't think Spain is S, so... Okay, right. Kevin doesn't think it. We'll put it down. I don't know. It's tricky. I'll put them about there then. There you go. Wait, hold on a minute. Why is USA at the top of S tier? Oh my God. I knew this is going to happen. Is USA the strongest right now? I think it is. With its current like exploit, if people know how to do it and how to do the strategy, I think that strategy in particular makes them very, very strong. So it's clear what we need to address. There's some clear things that need to be addressed. No, they haven't patched it yet. Lakota's way better than Otto and Russia, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, we can move this along, I guess. I'm not really getting too hung up on the order of them here, to be honest with you. Like, for example, France is all the way down here. I'd probably put, like, Sweden and then probably maybe, I don't know, maybe Russia. I'll probably do that, to be honest. If I was really trying to be accurate with them, I'd probably do something like that, maybe. True Spanish gold got patched from 400 to 350 to then 300. Yeah. But the Spanish gold thing, I don't think anyone really does that much now, do they? I think a lot of people like to adopt Robots strategy where you go for capitalism. That's actually quite good. Plantinator, I'm not telling you. You'll have to go find it. It's a strategy that A's discovered, I think. And then Lionheart started using it as well. Yeah. No one tell him. Don't tell him. But there we go. I'm pretty confident with that. I like that. Are we all in agreement? Everybody in chat right now, how are you feeling about it? Overall, there may be a few bits you don't agree with, but overall, what do you think? It's not looking bad. To be honest. Inca is fine. Annoying to play against, in my opinion, but fine. Just these priestess are too good, in my opinion. Yeah. I think this is perfect. I really like this. I like the look of it, where we are with it. And I think, guys, overall, like, if I just pause the music quick, I think we're at a really good place at the moment. I think overall, civs are pretty balanced. You know, we've got majority of them sitting in either A or B, which is really, really good news. You know, of course, the most ideal thing would be everyone to be in the same group. You know, they're all of the same skill or the same power. But I think if we can get nearly all of them in A and B, I think that's very, very good. You know, I think ports still need to be looked at. They're obviously very strong on water still, but apart from that, they struggle a lot. And I think definitely need to be looked at. Obviously, the USA strat at the moment that's kind of broken that needs to be addressed. And maybe Hausa as well, but I'm not too sure what you would do with that.